Are you doing good? I'm trying to find the best way to hold my camera. My phone. Apparently some people don't like the videos being vertical. So I'm trying landscape on my phone. But it's weird because the camera's like way over here. Now I'm looking at the camera. It's weird. It's just weird. I mean, I'm looking at a little black dot. So I haven't been on in a while, and the reason is I have been sick. I don't get sick often. Last time I was sick was like 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago. But I got sick. I'm getting over it now. I'm just about back to normal. My throat, you may be able to tell my voice is off. If you've watched me long enough to know what my voice sounds like, then you will notice it's off. Sorry. Yeah, I had, sinus congestion, and my sinuses were hurting so bad, like along my cheekbones. It was so painful. And, throat was hurting. Coughing. I'm still coughing. I'm sure most of you have been sick with these kinds of things at some point, and that cough, man, it hangs on longer than anything else. Anyway, I am doing better now. I'm doing better. Hallelujah. Just a couple days there, I felt like I was dying. It wasn't too bad though. Mainly just trying to sleep at night was really rough because I couldn't breathe through my nose and stuff, and coughing. I'd like wake up coughing. It was awful. Anyway, so I thought I'd give you an update since I haven't been on in a while. I don't know if I'm gonna really vlog throughout the day today because it's almost 1 p.m. and my husband only works till 5 today. So probably won't vlog anymore today just because we're gonna be spending some time together, playing some Heroes of the Storm, stuff like that. But I did want to talk just a little bit. The channel's called Life with Migraines, so you should expect to hear about my migraines sometimes. But I wanted to talk about other issues that I deal with, just so, if any of you are out there dealing with it, you're not alone. First of all, there's insomnia. Oh, the insomnia. Guys, I've had insomnia since I was a child, okay? When I was a child, I remember going to bed and always, one of my cats is on the refrigerator. Ashy, what are you doing? Ashy. Why is he on the refrigerator? Cats. Anyway, when I was a child, I remember going to bed and just watching the clock. And a good 45 minutes at least would pass every night before I was actually able to fall asleep. So, I was like a kid and probably a teenager, it was falling asleep was the issue. In my adult years, falling asleep can be an issue, and I'll get to that. But the bigger issue I have is staying asleep. When my insomnia is really acting up like it has been for the last couple months, I can easily wake up 8-10 times during the night. Really annoying. Because it makes it feel like you never actually got any good sleep. You know what I mean? My hair is doing weird things. Stop being weird. I feel like it's too thick down here. We almost have a pyramid going on. That's not a thing. It's not a thing. Oh well, I'm letting it grow a little bit because I want it to get a little longer again. Okay, now see, I just made it look weird again. What you see is what you get, alright? Anyway, my bigger problem with insomnia as an adult has been staying asleep. And it's rare that I would get a full night's sleep. But in the last couple months, that has been really bad. In addition to, I have nights where it's also hard to fall asleep. And when I was a kid, that meant like 45 minutes, an hour or so before I would fall asleep. As an adult, that can be hours. I usually go to bed somewhere between like 11:30 and 1. And it can easily be like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. before I can get to sleep on those nights when I'm having that issue too. So it sucks. Insomnia is not that uncommon though, so I'm sure plenty of you out there deal with it as well. I just realized you can, right there on my computer panel, you can see the reflection of this camera. So you see me again right there, very tiny. Interesting. I can't see it when I look back. It's not lined up for me to look that direction. Here. Oh, there we go. Now you can't see it. Anyway, so that's insomnia. I'm sure most of you have experienced it at least at some point in your life, whether it's a regular issue for you or not. And those of you that are regular sufferers, you are not alone. Hi! My husband has it too, so. My husband, generally has more of a problem falling asleep than he does staying asleep. So, yeah, I know quite a few people that deal with insomnia on a regular basis. It sucks. It really does suck. So, that's insomnia. The other thing that I wanted to mention, I keep seeing cat tails like on the freaking refrigerator. Like, I can't see the full refrigerator from where I'm sitting because there's like a wall, but I can see like part of it, and I'll see like a cat tail flip around the wall. Like, get off the refrigerator. I think they're both up there actually. I don't know, they're crazy. Anyway, so the other thing is my heart. I don't remember if I've talked about this at some point on my channel. My channel is like 9 months old now? 9 months? 8 months? I don't know. I started it around like spring of 2017, so sometime around in there. I could go look, obviously. So, I don't remember if I've talked about my heart problems, but it's been an issue recently, so I wanted to talk to you about it. So I have had issues with my heart since I was a child. If I did any amount of activity, my heart would be like racing and pounding like really easy. That was the main issue as a kid. It really wasn't like a big deal. It was just a thing, and, you know, and that also makes you out of breath. And you know, I don't know what doctors think about this because I've never asked a doctor, but the logic is that if your heart's pounding like faster and harder, it's like going to wear out faster, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's true. It could be. So, anyway, for most of my life, though, I didn't really have anything happen with my heart other than that until I was, I'm trying to think, this was in 2008, I believe. So, I was like 26, 27, somewhere in there. And, all of a sudden, just one day, I started feeling like these kind of fluttery feelings in my heart, and it would happen and last for like a couple seconds and then stop, and then it would happen again and last for a couple seconds. And so the first day it started, it happened maybe like 4 or 5 times during the day, and I don't really know how to describe it other than like a fluttery feeling in my heart, but it would only last for like a few seconds. So that, the first day it started, happened like 4 or 5 times during the day. The next day, it was happening almost constantly. Like it was very, very frequent. And like what I would call one flutter, like it would be like 5 in a row sometimes. So I went to my doctor. This was over the weekend that it started. So I went to my doctor that Monday and ended up getting referred to a cardiologist. And over the next 6 months, we did a lot of testing. I had an echocardiogram done, which is basically an ultrasound on your heart. I had EKGs done. I wore a Holter monitor on me that monitors your heart for 24 hours and records everything. And then I had another one put on me that you wear for an entire month, and it does not record constantly. You have to like push a button to make it record when an event happens with your heart. I did those. We tried taking me off caffeine to see, if caffeine could possibly be causing it, because caffeine can cause your heart to do things. I went off caffeine for like 6 months, and that didn't help. And it eventually like evened out more to where it wasn't happening really frequently. It took it about a year to do that. I did finally, one of my visits, hang on. Alright, so anyway, during the time when my cardiologist and doctor were working with me on my heart back in, it was 2008 into 2009, because it started at like the end of 2008, like October-ish maybe. One of the visits, I was in my cardiologist's office. I actually had the fluttering going on while I was there, which was not common. Or if I did, it would be like a couple seconds and then done, and didn't happen again during the visit. But one particular visit, I was having them constantly while I was sitting in his exam room. So that was actually good. He was able to, with his stethoscope, just typical stethoscope, listen as my heart did the flutters. And he said that it was an extra heartbeat in my heart, is the way he could hear. And so your heartbeats originate from a specific place in your heart. I believe it's the sinus node, if I remember, is what it's called. I had to study this for a job once, and I studied it in school. But anyway, and basically he said with the extra heartbeats, they're originating from a different place in my heart. So your heartbeat is caused by an electrical impulse that goes through your heart. Your heart creates it. Your heart muscle creates it, and it goes, where it's supposed to go to cause your heart to beat. And basically this was an electrical impulse originating from a different spot, which it's not supposed to do. He said it wasn't life-threatening. He said there is no way to know for certain what spot it was originating from, but there is like a common spot that when this is happening tends to be, fairly often the spot that's causing it. And he could go in through a heart catheter and burn that spot. It's called ablation. They go in through an artery in your upper thigh, like your groin area, upper inner thigh, and then they follow that all the way up to your heart, and then they basically burn that spot and cause scar tissue to form, and it should stop the impulses. But that procedure alone has a lot of risk. It has risk of dying, actually. And what my heart was doing was not life-threatening, so it did not seem like a smart idea to do that. And the doctor agreed. He was just giving me the options. So we didn't do anything about it. But my heart has, ever since that fluttering started in 2008, it's been even a little more sensitive. It starts pounding and racing easily. I still have flutters occasionally. They just are really spread out. I might go a couple months without feeling one. And my heart will pound where it feels really, it's pounding really hard. It feels like it's gonna pound out of my chest. Not so much fast. It could be fast. or it could not be fast. The pounding is, when I say pounding, I mean how hard it's beating, not how fast. And it does that quite easily, especially if I'm sick. And then I sometimes will have episodes where it's just pounding for like 30 minutes or an hour or something. It's just, like I can just sit here like this, not touching my chest or pulse or anything, and I can count my heart rate because I can feel it pounding. Those times are a little scary, but all they do is make me really tired. They tire me out really easily. Forgot about my tea. So. Why, hello again. You want to say hi to Ashley? What? That's Ashley. Ashley was saying hi. I've moved to the couch. Also, totally turned my phone around. Now the camera's over there. I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, what I was saying. So, more recently with my heart. What are you doing? Dude, there is a cat up on the refrigerator. Still. Lestat is up there. I don't understand these children. Hi, Ashes. Oh, he's my baby. Oh, that's my eye, sweetie. Yeah, okay. So, more recently, what has happened with my heart? Well, it started in 2016. It was in like August. I was at my neurologist's office for a migraine thing. And every time you go to a doctor's office, they check your blood pressure, your pulse, and all that crap. My pulse was 120, resting. I was just sitting there. I actually didn't even know it was that high. Like, there was nothing that made me think my heart rate was higher. You know what I mean? Like, there was nothing to make me be like, hey, my heart feels fast. Also, my arms are getting tired already. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Let's. I like that dining room light back there that looks like, I don't know, something. Ashes, what do you think? He's so cute. Okay. Oh, wrong. Okay. I'll figure this out one day, guys. Dude, it just bothers me. My hair looks weird. It looks not right. Alright, so my heart rate was 120. Resting. My neurologist was slightly freaked out by this and sent me down the road to an urgent care. So they didn't find anything wrong then. I ended up having to go to a cardiologist. Basically nothing was found wrong, just my heart rate was staying high for no reason. Like, most of the time resting, it was over 100 beats per minute. It was usually like 110, 115, 120. And if I did anything activity-wise, like walk from the car to our apartment, because you have to go up a flight of stairs, we're on the second floor, my heart rate could be like 140 something. So basically we have me on medication to keep my heart rate down. That's all it is. Because my heart rate randomly wants to go up again for some reason. We have had to adjust the dosage a bit here and there though. It was making my heart rate go as low as 60. But my heart rate being 60 is better than it being 140 for no reason. So you take what you can get. There's no reason that they can find for why my heart is doing this. All the various like normal tests, echocardiograms again, the ultrasound, EKGs, wearing a monitor, none of that is showing any reason. So that's my heart. It's just my heart. So anyway, It's another fun thing. It does make me tired sometimes, so add that to the list of shit that makes me tired. I will conquer it though. I will conquer all of this. Alright, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I hope you've had a great new year. It is January 2nd. I hope 2018 is amazing for you. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time.